What's going on, guys? And in this video we are going to be going over my top 3 guns in Modern Warfare. What do I think are the best weapons to use currently in the Modern Warfare beta? There's really only 3 that I'm using, and pretty much I'm going to break it down in an overall fashion of these guns I'm choosing are high rate of fire weapons. So far in my experience with this game, you need to have a high rate of fire weapon in multiplayer to have any chance apparently of killing things. This could be seen as a negative issue. Again, I don't think it's maybe too bad, because maybe there is better weapons down the line that we currently cannot use that are more effective than these high rate of fires, and they compete on a certain level. So 3 guns: the M4A1, the MP7, and the M13. So we're going to go off in order of best to worst, even though these in my opinion are the best 3 guns in the game currently in the beta. The M4A1, plain and simple, it is a overall beast. Long range, close range, it does pretty much everything. I think pretty much too, one of the greatest factors that it has is a perk. So each gun comes with perks, and this perk for this gun has sleight of hand. So basically it makes reloading a lot faster. I honestly love it. I am curious to see if there's a quick draw or a quick mag or a fast mag option for this gun. There is a fast mag option. I really want to see how it combos in with this. It'd probably be an insanely fast reload, but pretty much you can get reloads off pretty damn fast. High rate of fire gun, so you will be using a significant portion of your magazine for opponents, but if you land your shots, you will take them out quickly. I probably can say you can probably take out 4, maybe 5 people if they're headshots with each mag. I'll probably more say 4 to 3 people, guaranteed you could take out with 1 mag. So getting off that reload is really important, and has a really fast reload as is. Sleight of hand makes it even faster. I don't know if there's a quick mag in this beta, but pretty much you can make it a lot more faster on top of that. Now, another thing too about this gun is its accuracy. So compared to other Modern Warfare games, the gun might not be as accurate as it feels. It does have a lot more kick than usual, but again, this kick, if you use a suppressor or you can use a flash guard, that muzzle flash will allow you to see your shots a lot better. I use currently a vertical grip on my gun, so basically it just helps you with the vertical recoil, which I find the most significant with this weapon. I don't really find side-to-side recoils, so the angled foregrip isn't really too useful. Again, maybe the angled foregrip is better for another gun I'm going to be talking about, but pretty much the M4A1, if you like assault rifles, this should be your number 1. Sights you can use. I use a 4x hybrid. I like, having that flexibility. But honestly, if you don't feel comfortable with that flexibility of your sights, just use a combat hollow sight, reflex sight, or even a reflex sight. Or an aim op reflex sight. There's an operator reflex sight. There is a corp combat hollow sight. There is a aim op reflex sight. The first 3 sights, really highly recommend you use. The scout combat optic, I haven't really used too much. It's a 3x magnification, and it doesn't give you that option for close quarters with that. I will feel comfortable with. That's why I like the 4x. I can use a 4x scope or a regular 1x scope. So yeah, now on to the next weapon, the MP7. Honestly, so far this is by far my favorite submachine gun in this beta. I am really surprised by it. I think it's really good. When the 2v2 alpha came, this gun was pretty much one of my favorites to get dropped. But for my loadout, it's pretty simple. Perks, I don't know. Perks so far, I haven't really used too much of this gun. So perks I'm not really using. It's good so far by itself. Again, I am currently a level 9 with my MP7, so I haven't used too many of the perks for the weapon, but this gun has a little bit more horizontal recoil, so I do tag on that angled foregrip. I have a flash guard again, because again, muzzle flash in this game and this residue, all that can be a little bit distracting, so negating that is very important. And honestly, I don't really think the drawback, the con of an aim down sight speed is being reduced any further. Maybe a suppressor could be a little bit better. I don't know. I haven't used it. I like the muzzle flash guard. So yeah, and then when it comes to sight, I think honestly the GI mini reflex is really, really good. It doesn't cover any peripheral vision with this sight is pretty much as best it can be. There's no big bulky side thing. There's nothing really on the side that's blocking you. It's a very thin mini reflex, so you can see accurately and see around the sight if you need so. Now the last is another assault rifle, the M13. Now this gun was honestly my favorite to use when it came to the 2v2 alpha. I honestly thought this was going to be my favorite gun entering the beta. I used it. I used the M4A1. This is still really, really good, but I do think the M4A1 does have an edge on it. But this has a recoil edge above the M4A1. So if you're more for someone that wants a high rate of fire, high recoil, low recoil, high accuracy weapon, the M13 might be the choice for you. Now for me, I use an interesting setup. Now when it comes to perks, I like the recon perk. Now you unlock this, I forget when, that has a heavy hitter and a recon perk. Again, I'm a level 16 with this gun, so I use a recon perk. Basically, you get to see enemy nameplates at a greater distance. That's pretty much marksman from Modern Warfare 3. I like that. I think it's really effective, and especially in a game where, you know, visibility can be a little bit hard due to the fact that the graphics are a little bit enhanced. But I do think Infinity Ward is doing a good job with visibility with opponents, even though it's sometimes hard to differentiate between good guys and bad guys, or your team or my team, because they kind of look similar to a certain extent. So the perk for the M13 Recon, I think, is pretty much a must. Now, when it comes to, you know, grips, underbarrels, I think you gotta personally mess with this one. I don't find this gun with much recoil at all. The first thing I put on was the vertical foregrip. I kind of left it on there. I didn't really use it. After that, you know, I didn't really use the angled. I didn't really notice any horizontal recoil that I needed to be added. Vertical seemed to be enough for me. Again, maybe you can even take off the barrel if you want to choose a different attachment. Again, there's many options for customization within your gun in this game, so certainly look for that. Now, a sight, honestly, I use pretty much a 4x hybrid, but I've been using the basic operator reflex sight with this. I haven't really messed around with too many different sights. You know, honestly, the operator reflex sight for me has been working pretty well with this gun. Again, it's all personal preference, so you can certainly change that. And when it comes to a muzzle, I use the muzzle brake for more recoil control. I used to use a suppressor, but again, this gun doesn't have as much damage as the M4A1, so you might be at a little bit of a disadvantage when you go up to it. I have noticed that I was losing some gunfights when shooting at the same time against the M4A1. Took out the suppressor, things became a lot more better. Again, the suppressor mainly just affects the range of the weapon, so if you're up close to personal with the suppressor, you know, you're on an even playing field with the M4A1, but again, do keep in mind when you put that suppressor on, you will lose damage over range. So again, these are my top 3 weapons of the beta. Check them out. Let me know what you guys think. Honestly, it seems like the meta right now with Modern Warfare, the beta at least, is that high rate of fire, low recoil weapons is going to be a big factor with the game with such a high, you know, such a high time to low time to kill. Like you literally die if you don't get reckless and you don't mind your surroundings. Really fast time to kill. But again, that's all I got for this one. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys drop a like if you learn about a weapon and you like a weapon and all these different things, because seriously, this gun has some really cool weapons, and it can be a little bit complex with the attachment system. It's really, you know, it's whole brand new details and everything. So certainly use those guns, mess around with attachments, because these attachments are meant to play for my playstyle. Your playstyle can be entirely different, so definitely use those weapons. See if you can use different setups with attachments. See if you find something better than what I use. But again, that's all I got for this one. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe for more Modern Warfare content from me. Until next time, guys, ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.